Well, hi folks, Smudge here. Well, Pickrick 1 is not able to be with us tonight. His homestead sustained some damage from Hurricane Michael, and he's busy cleaning up. So, in lieu of him not being here, we had a couple that were scheduled for down the road a little bit jump up, and they're going to be our guests tonight.
Hi, welcome to the Big Bear Homestead.
Yes, Jason and Robin are going to join my peoples tonight. Freshly back from the Homesteaders of America conference, where Jason was not only a demonstrator, but he was a speaker, and they had a tent set up where they sold some of their products. You'll find a multitude of educational videos on their channel, as well as just informative things. They discuss all aspects of homesteading, from gardening to preserving to cooking, essential oils, differences between pigs and cattle, talk about trapping, hunting, not sure about fishing, but I bet he might have some of those too. So, take some time, go check out everything they have to offer, and that'll take you at least a couple days. So, be sure to check with us tonight. Stream starts at 8:57, show starts at 9 o'clock. And with that, well, we'll leave you with just a little clip out of one of their videos.
Random fact number 10 about Jason. He said, "I love you" first.
No! No! That is a lie.
Gotcha.
That is a lie. I didn't know.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I'm going to be on this one. Okay, because I'm not on that one.
You're on.
So I should look over here.
You're on.
Sorry, folks. I know we're on. That's why I don't know which one we're doing.
We're discombobulated.
We are. We had to reconnect all of our cameras and our computers, and they're all in different spots. So if I'm looking over here, my camera's over here. So, country girl, tell me which way I'm supposed to be looking, because I'm not sure anymore. Because on my over here, Jason and Robin are still going to be over there talking. I'm lost. Hope everyone had a wonderful week and weekend. We did. We traveled. Yeah, I am bass backwards, Terry. I'm always like that, though. That's nothing new here. We traveled to Virginia on Wednesday and had a wonderful time. You're in the green room. You can't hear me. And had a wonderful time.
We're on deck.
Saturday. I'll skip it.
Say all kinds of stuff to mess with her.
Stop.
And she
I'm gonna get him.
Well, he's like, they're hearing him right now.
I know they are. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, everyone's hearing Mr. Oh, there we go again.
I ate your cheesecake. I ate your cheesecake, and I didn't share it, and I'm not sorry.
Okay, folks, he's live. The hell with it.
There they are.
Here's Robin and Jason.
Hey, say hi to everybody.
I told you tonight was going to be interesting.
Hey, guys.
Jason, your bud's in here.
My bud is here.
Your bud is in here.
Urban Hillbilly? That's like my big sister.
No, your fellow blue neck. No, he doesn't have a redneck anymore. The blue neck.
Oh.
Andy.
Oh.
Andy.
Andy.
More like blue hair.
I mean, the man y'all abused.
The one
Y'all abused that man. What's up, smoking reptile?
Yeah, I don't know if he's afeared anymore.
Merry Christmas.
How many fingers you use there, son?
Well, I hit the bottle before. How many fingers do I have?
Get out of here.
Josh gave us some of his home brew on what was it, Thursday night, Friday night, Thursday night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's a little stout.
Well,
It'll make your eyes cross.
Andy said he brought some, but we never. Every time he said it, it's out in the truck. He never brought it in. It was out in the truck. So Andy,
It was out in the truck.
yeah, we'll see.
This one's got like vanilla and cinnamon and
Didn't he say cherry?
cherries
Cherry.
and like a dead possum.
It is definitely stout.
So tonight you're not drinking sweet tea. You're drinking Josh's mix, huh?
Yeah, I'm drinking Josh's mix, and I'm like, so if like somebody comes in with like a candle or something, and I go, and it goes.
No,
This is not ATF approved. I'm just saying. It's not ATF approved.
It's mostly Coke, just a little bit of the other stuff.
Joshua James, right? Let's see, Andy says, "Watch that."
First time I just took a big old slug out of the jug. I went blind for like 30 minutes. Couldn't see anything.
But he slept fantastic.
Oh Lordy,
I don't
there
think they
you
call
go.
that sleep. I think the correct medical term is coma.
Something like that.
Now, Jason, Andy says, "Watch that homebrew." That's how he ended up the way he did.
Oh.
When you do it around y'all,
Yeah, no kidding.
I know my wife doesn't want my hair 14 different colors.
It was only two.
So everybody's like, "When are you gonna do it, Jason? When you gonna do it? When are you gonna do it?" I'll tell you what. I'll sit down in the chair with all of y'all and let you color my hair as soon as y'all take a collection up and buy me the truck that Blaze destroyed. I'll let you color my hair for a Ford F-350 Super Duty dually, moon roof, backup cam, heated seats.
Come on.
Come on with it. You can color my hair pink. I won't give up a $2. That man got a baseball cap. He was a cheap date.
Roots and Refuge is here. She's listening. She's driving, so she can't comment.
Yeah,
but there's
he's just driving. Or
What?
just listening.
I love some Roots and Refuge.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love Josh, if you're in here, I'm really not liking you right now, man, because your brew is making me sound like an idiot. But they came over to the booth. Their little boy, his poor little ears,
I felt so bad for him.
and Mama hooked him up with a hat.
Yeah.
But she was going around just filming everything, and she was so funny.
Yeah, she was trying to get me to call the hogs with her because she's from Arkansas.
It's so gonna happen. You two at the next conference.
No.
You two are gonna call the hogs
No.
together. Yep. Or Andy has to get his hair colored again.
I refuse. I didn't do it while I was there. I'm not going to do it now.
Run, Andy, run.
It will happen.
At least this next time they have to pick out a color that's going to show more than that blue. That blue didn't show up.
Yeah.
Oh, it showed up all right.
No,
All on the back of his neck.
and his
The red showed up real good, didn't it, Andy?
Yeah. His
Places
neck,
you didn't want it to.
his neck
Yeah,
is
before 10
forehead.
o'clock, we can't talk about that. That stank. Look, they put so much dye on that poor kid's head. Y'all gotta go back to watch the live stream if you didn't see it. They were there with like air chisels and Mr. Clean pads all across his forehead. He was still the next day. His forehead showed up 10 minutes before he did. It was like out to here from like chemical burns. Then you looked at the boy's neck. He had like a tumor back here where they scrubbed the hair dye off. And during the last thing, you just see every now and then you catch Daryl just going.
Daryl, let it happen.
Yeah. Daryl's like, this is why I'm bald.
Yeah, Daryl's behind the computer. He was safe. Cherish is here watching you now, Jason. Gotta behave. It was a nice weekend.
You ain't. Look, Terry's trying to bring up the LSU game. Let me tell you something. Poor Ladessa. She just knew the Georgia Bulldogs were going to whoop up on some LSU Tigers. She just knew it.
For the last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks, she was planning on making homemade laundry pods, making them with the Georgia G and Bulldog faces. And so that way she could give them to Mr. Tommy. She had a whole bunch of red and black stuff that she was going to give Mr. Tommy. And she made a comment when she seen Tommy on Thursday or Friday about the game, and he's like, I'm not saying anything.
I don't trash talk.
Yeah. Boy, by halftime, she done took off her jersey, threw it on the ground. Yeah. She was fighting mad. We was listening to the game on the way home from the conference, and Tommy was coming over to have dinner with us. She got out the car after the final. She's like, guess I'm going to have to say sorry to Mr. Tommy.
Yeah, she was not happy. And then they came over for dinner after the game was over.
Yeah.
And he walked in the door and Ladessa just had her head hanging high. So we had to have a conversation about not being a fair weather fan.
Yeah. So let's talk about the conference. I mean, we just got back. And man, did we have a good time or what? I'm a little upset I didn't get to sit next to Joel in the Q&A. Did Stacy then not know that seat is reserved for me?
Well, what I noticed was there was an empty chair on the other side of him that wasn't occupied.
Another one?
Yes, there was.
No, that was a railing.
No, that was a chair. Back me up on this. Look on Facebook. Look at the picture.
That was a chair.
That was a chair.
I didn't see it because I sure would have.
I know what it was. He wanted to sit next to Ms. Rhodes. That's what it was.
Well, see, this is how much you know. I was already sitting down when they came up on stage. I wanted to sit by Doug.
That's what it was.
Doug is my buddy.
Yeah, you want to sit by Doug.
But no, all joking aside, let me tell you guys something. If you didn't make it to the Homesteaders America Conference this year, you missed out big time.
Yeah, definitely.
Big time.
Try to plan for next year.
I mean, the first year was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all kind of sitting back, kind of, believe it or not, a little nervous, a little worried. Like, how was Amy going to top that?
Yeah.
And Amy was like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
And she did. She topped it.
Yeah.
And the place where we're having it was bigger than the place from the first time. So everybody wasn't crunched up kind of together. I mean, we weren't crunched up last year, but I had a lot bigger space this year to be able to do demos, which was nice. I was able to make like a dog section, then a beaver section or a water predator section, and then a coon possum section. And so depending on what people were interested in or what predator they were having issues with, I was able to go to that section of my traps and I was able to focus and I wasn't tripping on anything or stepping on. Like the first year I broke a couple of traps because my big fat butt stepped on them. One of the things it is one of those things is that if you're a speaker or a vendor, you know you're not going to get to see the speakers. I still have not seen Joel talk.
No, we've been there now 2 years in a row and never seen him talk.
And that's okay. I got to sit next to Rebecca Rose. She is absolutely.
Isn't that her name? Is it Rebecca?
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yes, Rebecca.
Yeah.
She is so fun. I literally at some point I knew my lip was bleeding because she was making comments and I was dying. She is so nice. Both Rose were. They were so nice and cool, but she was so funny. Because she did not want that microphone. And she would be like, "Don't hand me that microphone. Hand it straight to you. You better not hand me that microphone." And he'd hand it to her, and it was like a hot potato, boy. Boop, boop,
Yeah,
boop.
she didn't keep it in her hands very long. That's right.
No. And we got to meet Stacy Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I took a picture with Stacy Lynn. She is amazing. We're going to set up a time to go hunting together, her family and my family.
Wonderful.
And yeah, that's going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, who else? White House on the Hill.
One of Jason's 2 favorites.
I invited him to come to the homestead and go trapping with me. He is another one he's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I don't think he knew what he was getting into when he started asking me those questions.
Yeah, because he was there filming for the conference, but then he also wanted to do his own thing for his channel.
Yeah.
And so he came up and he's like, "Okay, so I'm really going to film 2 things. So we got to do this, and then we got to do this." And so he did the whole, setters and stuff with the vendor information, all that.
We did one about the classes and me and with my lecture on Friday. And he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do one for my channel."
And it's gonna be kind of
This is gonna be fun. I'm just gonna start asking random questions.
random.
And I said, okay. And then the first one was like, how many animals do you have? What's your favorite animal? Do you work? What's your favorite vegetable?
My favorite, big spoon, little spoon.
I was like, how you gonna ask me that in front of her?
Are you the big spoon or the little spoon? Jason's like, "I'm the little spoon."
I'm the little spoon when she's around, and when she's not around, I tell everybody I'm the big spoon. And then he was like, "So you wear pajamas or underwear for bed?" And I was like, "Neither." And I just stared at him and then gave him a little wink, and he was like, "Okay, well, this is a little awkward."
That was a little awkward.
So I'm very glad I got to meet him this year. I didn't get to meet him last year. So I was super excited getting to meet him. Talked to Tier 1 people.
No.
Talked with the mushroom guys.
I don't even know.
I don't
what
even-
was there?
They're the mushroom guys. Look, this is me. Okay, I am horrible with names unless it's like super close. I
can remember. He had glasses and a cool hat, and he had a Smurf shirt with the big
Like
mushroom on it, big yellow shirt.
So if I like really like you, I'm gonna, or if I your guts, hey. Otherwise I give you a nickname.
Yep.
Yeah, the sound is going in and out.
Yeah. Jason, I don't know why, but the sound is going in and out at this time. So.
I hate the new stuff.
Yeah.
The new Skype. Watch.
Now wait, whatever you just did changed something because it was.
Can you guys hear us?
Yes.
A lot better.
Right now, it sounds very good.
Okay.
Yes.
Whatever you
did changed it because it was humming back and forth.
Well, see, I didn't touch
Right
anything.
there.
Hasn't touched anything.
I haven't touched anything. Wasn't me.
You're, it's
Yeah,
gonna-
it's up. It's the government.
They don't want us together.
Hillary Clinton hacked the live stream.
Cherish wants to know why you look like an English paperboy, Jason.
Oh, okay, it's better. What was I talking about?
Oh,
I don't
like
think you
if you
heard
don't
it.
like something.
Yeah. So the mushroom guys are that. They're the mushroom guys. Boom. The mushroom guys. And we bought 1,000 of their plugs.
Wow.
Because I got stupid excited, and that's why I bought 1,000. Because I started reading their paper, and you can use sweet gum. I was like, what? What? I got like 1,000 sweet gum trees on my lawn.
And you can't do anything with them.
And I can't do anything with them. Now I can grow mushrooms. How can I grow mushrooms?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So Mama T and her clan was there. I always love seeing them.
Their little daughter, gosh, she is so beautiful.
She hurt my.
That's because she likes me better than you.
Yeah. I said, "Come here, let me hold you," and she went "Foom," straight to rock.
Straight to me. I mean, I am better looking, so.
That is true. That is true.
Well, it was a little bit colder this year than last year.
Just,
Yes.
just a tad, a little bit.
And it was a bit wetter.
And we appreciate the cold because it sure did sell a lot of hoodies and long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, I was sending them over to your place yesterday because they stopped at, or on Saturday, they stopped. You have any sweatshirts? No, go over here to Big Bear.
Yep. And then I had scarves. We sold out of scarves. We sold out of, I mean, anything that would keep you warm.
Yeah.
I know Bandana Grandma, she had.
She sold out of. That's another one that's
mittens.
always.
She sold
Bandana
out of all
Grandma
her mittens.
Is like everybody's grandma.
Yeah.
And that's how she comes over to you too.
Yeah.
She don't care who you're talking to, which is awesome. She just kind of come hug my neck, baby. And you go there and hug her neck, and she goes on about her business.
Now,
She is awesome. Love her to death.
Now I want
The first year, her and I were putting up chairs together. We were secretly having a little race.
She cracked me up. I mean, she's not my age. She's a little bit older. And she was keeping up with Jason. It was cracking me up.
And I was like,
Cracking me up.
I'm not letting Bandana Grandma put out more chairs than me. That ain't gonna happen. And she was keeping up.
Yep.
I think finally, as the chairs kept coming, I think my endurance is what finally made me pull ahead. It wasn't by much. I'm gonna tell you that much right now.
Not much.
Wasn't by much.
Now,
let's
Jason, I have a question for you. I want to know how Cherish knows that you can grow mushrooms between the funk between your toes.
She wouldn't know. She doesn't like feet. She don't know. She's just faking the funk.
Cause we went up there to visit her place a couple times, and she kept talking trash, and then she decided she wanted to wrestle me, and so I made her kiss my toes.
Okay.
We're not even going to say anything about that.
No. Nope.
It's like, cause Cherish and I are like brother and sister, so I was like, kiss my toes, and she was like, Mama.
In your dreams. Peaches.
At least I can spell peaches.
Yes. Cherish, you were missed this weekend, as you saw by Saturday morning's video I made and scared the crap out of Jason.
Yes, I just knew. See, that was wrong. Y'all did me wrong on so many levels with that video. I come around the corner and Sherry grabbed me. Grabbed me hard. She was like, "Come here," and I was like, "Okay."
That was my arm.
I'm sorry. Blame Josh.
You need to tone it down a little bit too. You're really loud.
She was like, "Come here." I was like, "Okay." And so she went over there and she was like, she looked at Daryl. She said, like, "Are you rolling?" Which made me nervous a little bit right off the bat. Because it was like straight business. And I was like, something's fixing to happen. And then she was like, she was talking to Dana and she's like, and I know you guys wanted to be. And then she said, Cherish. And I was like, whoa. Nope, I'm about to be bamboozled. I started looking around, looking for the guy to come around the corner with the pie and just smack me in the mouth or something. I just knew her and Cherish worked something out that they were going to get me.
No,
And
Cherish
like,
or Dana had
no.
no idea that I was doing that. Nope.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Well, let me give the people in the chat room kind of a heads up. Y'all might want to go to Big Bear's channel on a side window, because we're going to be having trivia time here in a few minutes, and you're probably going to have to look a few things up.
Yeah,
So
this should be interesting.
There's just a little fair warning there.
Yeah. The answer is 3. He always asks the wrong daggum question. The answer should always be 3. I should have like a stack of $2 bills like this. But Daryl is for some reason blocking my mental telepathy that I send to him for a question. It could be, what is 2 plus 1? The answer should be 3 so I can win my $2 bill. Oh, and if I ever do win a $2 bill, you guys have to sign it before you send it to me.
Yeah, I don't see Jim Bear in the room tonight. Usually it's you and him.
Yeah. See, he always puts up 45 first, so he is way off.
Well, Jason, I want you to know that I dug back in your archives here a little bit today.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, boy.
And
I'm sorry. Because my videography when we first started,
That was horrible.
it was bad. I mean, like
Super bad.
1970s bad sitcom bad.
well, Jason, you're not very old. I mean, you're really not very old. So when you started, you were only what, 4 or 5? So
Thereabouts.
how many years have you been doing this, Jason?
Been doing YouTube?
Yes, sir.
We are the oldest YouTube homesteading channel. There's nobody else. We can't find anybody else that's been doing it longer than us.
Like almost 8 years.
And we've been
Party time.
I think we're doing it like 6 or 8 months before Doug and Stacy.
No, almost 2 years.
Wow.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because I think I looked at theirs, it said like 2013.
I thought they were 2012. Because I think we're 2011. We're 2010 or 2011.
2010 or 2011, yeah.
Okay.
And
well, I've got a.
but the way that we did it though back then, because every time we would research something, there was no information on YouTube about it. There was articles and stuff from colleges and stuff about how to plant this, or if we could grow onions in Georgia, what we needed to do.
Right.
How to hand milk a cow, looking up information about Coturnix quail.
If we couldn't find it, we made a video once we figured it out.
Yeah, because we didn't really start making videos until we moved to our 2.5 acre homestead.
Mm-hmm.
And we were already homesteading on our
half an acre
or a quarter of an acre in National Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
half
an acre in the ghetto.
Yeah, way in the ghetto.
Well, Jason,
because I was still when we really started homesteading, I was still in college for my horticulture degree.
I have got I've got a clip here from one of your earlier videos where basically your entire family is introduced to YouTube. So I'm going to play that right now. And then we'll come back, get a couple more questions, then we'll go into trivia. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I'm Jason.
Oh, our trailer.
Oh, our trailer.
And I'm Robin.
We still got to redo that.
And I'm Blaze.
That's here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ladessa. And I'm Carol Ann.
And welcome to the Big Bear Homestead.
Oh.
In 2006, we started our journey to sustainability on a half-acre plot
with a few birds and a small family garden.
Now we live on 21 acres and we're closer than ever to reaching our goal of sustainability. And on this farm,
That's Obama.
That's, yeah.
Chickens, ducks, and sheep.
Wow.
Rabbit, pigs, and cows.
now. So
And
come join us on our
just to
journey
do
to
that clip.
sustainability.
Yeah.
We'll share with you many of the bumps and bruises we've had along the way. We'll show you how to avoid all
That's
of
why I was growing my hair.
and we
I was
may
growing my
even
hair
let
out
you
for
in
Locks
on
for
a few
Love.
family secrets.
Yes.
So, if homesteading skills is what you're looking for, homesteading skills such as raising livestock, making soap, everything in between, come on over and subscribe to our channel. Because we'll treat you so many different ways. You're bound to like one of them. Thanks for coming by. Have a nice day.
Well, that ought to bring back a few memories.
Oh yeah.
A lot of memories.
We made that channel trailer right shortly after we did, because that's here at our Forever Homestead.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, the pig in that hog in that video was Obama.
Yeah, he's the one that got shot.
He's the one that got lured off the property and got shot by a meth head.
Yep.
Whoa.
While we were down in Augusta, working, doing we were volunteering, dressing up as superheroes for kids with cancer.
Yep.
And we came back home, and Clinton was basically right there on the front porch.
Yeah, she was going through the buckets. We had
Yeah.
feed bucket or slop buckets on the front porch, and he was nowhere around. And we knew it was weird because she was in heat.
Yeah, she was.
And he should have been right there with her, and he
yeah.
wasn't. So.
And he was gone. And but yeah, the one scene on there
That chickens, cows, and pigs, or whatever it is.
where Ladessa and Carol were sitting up on the fence, and they did that with chickens, ducks, and pigs and cows,
Whatever it
whatever. We had to do that 42
That
times.
was so bad. Ladessa couldn't.
Ladessa
She
kept
couldn't
stuttering.
She couldn't nail her little part. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And even in the one that we ended up keeping, she still didn't get it all the way. So.
It was great. And Ladessa or Carol, every time she'd mess up, Carol would be like,
Yeah, she hit herself in the head. Really, stop.
We filmed all of that with a little Sony camera, picture camera, that would take video that we got from Sears, and we paid like $80 for it.
Yeah, I was super, super
And
old school.
And we were just, because we bought it when we were poor. We couldn't even afford the 2 O's and the R to be poor. And how we got it is because we got mistreated at Sears. Because
No, don't even tell that story.
yeah, because
Anyway, we got mistreated at Sears. He chose not to go back to Sears, but then we ended up getting paid for an animal.
for some pigs,
Yeah, with a
bunch of tools.
right, with a Craftsman air compressor, and it needed a special plug, and so he went back.
Dale, you remember when the air compressors, when they would do the ground, they would take the one and turn it sideways?
Almost
The
like
one
your washer
Tom?
and dryer.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was that one, and I wanted to go get either the outlet for it or to see if I could get another power cord for it. And the one guy, the guy who started managing Sears,
Recognized us
recognized me because I was on a training video.
on how not to handle customers.
Because I got up on top of a dryer in the middle of the Sears around shortly after Black Friday and made a very big scene.
So,
And but he gave me, upgraded my air compressor, that camera, and a couple of other things.
And we walked away. It was like $200
Yeah.
or something ridiculous. So
And I had to promise to start buying my Craftsman tools back there again. And it was a toolbox was the other thing that he gave me. And but man, that was a long time ago. And that wasn't even our first videos. Like, if you go back to planting onion sets 1 or 2,
well,
Blaze
okay.
is
that's enough.
like,
Whoa, that's enough.
You gotta leave something for the trivia.
I knew you were going to do it. I knew it. The longer you talked, the more I knew you were going to bust yourself.
I'm just going to take this stuff.
So let's go ahead and get the trivia time started here.
3.
Take a sip or two, Jason.
Okay. Trivia time. And here's our very simple rules. You can only win once every 4 weeks. You must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here.
Jason,
your chat window on your computer or phone may show a different order. And it probably does. And of course, if you are the first person to answer the question correctly, you have to send us an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com, giving us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. So if everybody's ready, let's go with question number 1. What date was the first video posted on YouTube by Big Bear Homestead?
Oh.
What date was the first video posted on YouTube by Big Bear Homestead?
That's a long time ago. Let's see, it's gonna be quiet.
Month, day, and year. March 2nd, 2011, Old Way Steve.
Wow.
Yeah.
March
Holy
the
cow.
2nd, 2011, Old Way Steve.
The 2011 was 7 years ago. Almost 8, because that's what I was saying. It's almost 8 years ago. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations, Old Way Steve. Please send us an email, twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Give us your mailing address, and we will be sending you a $2 bill.
Teresa Dean, gosh, talk about the evening that Daryl and I met Big Bear and Cherish and Sullivan family. That's also the night we met Teresa. Wow, 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
An after party.
Good job, Donna.
An after party from some event that
good job,
we're
Donna.
talking
Teamwork.
You know, I can just see her. She's Googling on her computer while he's typing.
She got it up and she started screaming at him. March 2nd! No! The 2nd! 2!
3, 2, 1. No.
Okay, folks, we got the phone line open. I can take one caller at a time. So if somebody is on the line, I can't put you on hold or anything. I just have to refuse the next call.
Okay, if the caller ID is from Tennessee, don't answer it because you know that's going to be the booger eater hope. Just do it.
So if anybody would like to call in, say hello to Jason Robin, ask him any questions, anything about the conference, trapping, essential oils, a multitude of knowledge within these folks here, and they're not embarrassed to share it with people.
So I got a little nugget from, and I haven't been able to prove it yet. That's why I haven't said anything. But there was a huge YouTuber at the conference.
You think there was? We're not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hey, Steven.
Hi, Steven.
Steven.
How you doing?
Is that my brother, Steven?
No.
Brown coat.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you guys at the convention. So one question I've got for you: what is your favorite thing to do on your homestead?
It's a PG show. I can't say.
Really? No, I would say my favorite thing
Why are you
to
turning
do
red?
is probably finding new babies when we have new babies.
No, that is the most stressful time for me because of you and Carol.
Yeah, Carol comes by, honestly. I am always, one of the things that we have on our homestead is Muscovy ducks. And in just about every single website I look, they're supposed to be like the best moms. But ours have never been very good. And I think it's just because they're not typically water ducks. They're supposed to be land ducks.
Well,
but I think what happens is they get out on the water and they don't necessarily know how to protect their babies out near the water.
Well, I mean, also, you can't believe, Abraham Lincoln said you cannot believe everything you read on the internet.
Right, but what I'm saying is I've checked several places, not just one. And everywhere I read, they're supposed to be great. And we have 2 mamas right now that have actually been able to hold on to their babies. But we usually, after they've been with their moms for a couple of days,
We snatch them.
we usually snatch them and we put them, put them
I'm
up.
talking about having to be like SEAL Team
Oh my
6
gosh,
to be able to
they
do
are-
that.
And what's crazy is they are ferocious when we're trying to get them away.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's snakes or turtles or catfish or
Like catfish.
something
Catfish
gets
with some
those
cornbread.
babies. And so we that's one of the things that I like doing is, in the springtime. And then with Muscovies, they do like 4 clutches a year. They don't lay like a chicken and lay every day. They lay like a little bit in the spring, a little bit late summer, a little bit late fall, a little bit late winter. And so I love, especially in the spring and the summertime, walking around trying to find where the clutches are to see who's laying where. Because we let everybody just run around, so.
It's very hard for me to pinpoint exactly one thing that I love on my homestead because I love everything about homesteading. I was born to homestead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I could sit here and I could tell you I love sitting on my little John Green lawnmower tractor, looking over and watching my girls pick dandelions or sheep sorrel, lamb's quarters out and just start eating them.
They're grazing.
They're grazing like cattle. I don't know if it's sending LaDessa out to the garden to go pick because we didn't pick enough tomatoes, so it was like go get another tomato, and she takes 45 minutes because you got to sneak out there and you got to go, what are you doing? And you'll see a bunch of vegetables and stuff fly out because she's just out there eating.
Yeah. She likes to eat, so she'll get out there and she's sent out for 2 things and she comes back with her shirt all pulled up with everything in there and then her whole face is like smeared.
Yeah, she comes in looking like a chipmunk, cheeks out to here. I don't know if it's the fact that my children haven't really been to a doctor since the day they left the hospital.
Oh my.
Was it Carol Ann, the one
I
that
don't
likes
know
hot peppers?
if it's the hunting or the trapping.
Mm-hmm. There's so many. That's the thing with when we moved up here, we knew what we were getting into because we had actually seen the property before it was ours.
Mm-hmm.
And so we kind of knew what we were getting into, and we knew we were going to have so many different opportunities. So, I mean, walking in the back down by the creek, there's so many cool things.
Like we tried crayfish trapping one year.
Mm-hmm.
Failed miserably.
But we did it.
But we had the best time because it was all of us.
Uh-huh.
All of us was going. We had the freedom for all of us to be out there stomping around in that creek bed, tossing crawfish traps, and
almost bust our butts.
well, the scariest thing that has happened to us so far is the kids went to Grandma and Grandpa's, and Robin and I decided we were going to go fishing in a creek bed. And she is independent over here, started fussing and told me to go that way so she could cast without having to worry about hitting me. And she was going to go this way. Well, I took about 10 steps, and I hear, woo! And I turn around, and all I see is her feet.
Well, it was a
Straight up
pleasure
in there.
talking to you guys, and I look forward to it next year and seeing everybody from YouTube and all that.
Thank you for calling, Stephen.
My pleasure. I've got my little purple-haired buddy right here by my computer.
There we go. Sounds good.
All right, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Stephen.
I guess something happened.
I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, my feet went up straight up in the air, and I fell flat on my butt. And water flying everywhere.
Can you guys still hear us?
Yes.
We can.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
You're loud and clear, and the phone line is open. There's nobody on the line right now.
What happened to Brown Maid?
Well, he just said goodbye. Were you not able to hear him?
I was talking. I guess he didn't like my story.
No, maybe he thought he'd give someone else a chance to call in.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please? Hello.
Well, hello there.
I know that voice.
Well, hello.
You should. Hi, sis.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm hoarse, as you can tell, but I'm
yes,
good.
I can tell. I can tell. Jason,
It's from laughing all freaking weekend.
Jason, have you figured out who it is?
That's one of them co-conspirators to the death of Andy's hair.
That'd be her.
Tis I. Hi, guys. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Good. I was so glad to finally get to hug your neck. That was so nice.
Thank
And
you.
she made a beeline.
I can't hear them. I can't hear them, so if you're saying anything, I can't hear them.
And turn
All
up
I hear
your
is you.
Turn up your hearing aid, Dawn.
All I hear is you, and you're loud and clear.
That was funny.
That was wrong.
That's
on
all
so
right.
many levels.
I just wanted to tell you both, I was so happy to get to meet you guys. I've been watching you for as long as I've been watching YouTube, I think. But I love you guys. It was lots of fun. Thank you so much for the pictures and all the fun with Andy. And I just love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.
Love you, sweetie.
Love you, Jen.
We do.
Now that she hung up, or as Dessa would say, now that she hangs up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this because it was so nice to finally get a hug from her. We know that she's been around for a while,
Yeah.
and she made a beeline straight for us. And I saw her coming. I knew exactly who she was. And she just, and poor Andy trying to keep up. She just
Took off. Yeah.
took off.
My favorite part with her was she has a dog that's a service animal in training, and we were sitting there talking, and this guy just walks up and says, I know I'm not supposed to pet him, but, and then starts to pet him, and she looks at me and she's like, did you really just say that? I was like, are you kidding me? And then a little while later, another person walked up and just started petting, and the dog was doing what he was supposed to do. He was kind of moving away from him, and she finally had to stop and look up and say, he's not supposed to be petted. He's a service
That
animal.
explains why because they came over while I was doing a trapping demo, and we were all sitting around there talking.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime somebody would get pretty close, then she was like, "He's a service dog, can't touch him."
Yeah, I mean, like,
somebody had a bad experience.
I was a little, like, and it wasn't like it was a kid. Like, that was the thing I was like,
yeah.
These are adults. Like, but, you know, a lot of people don't necessarily have a lot of interaction with service animals, so I guess we kind of take that for granted. But it was so funny because we're sitting there, and she just, like, looked at me and gave this look, she's like, really? Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Okay, so who's gonna call next, and maybe they can hear us?
I don't know, but the phone line's open, so while it's open, let's go ahead and do another trivia question. You think?
Sure, go for it.
All right, trivia time. Okay, let me go over the rules again real quickly here. You can only win once every 4 weeks. You must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window. As it appears embedded on the screen here, your chat window may show a different order. If you are the first person, you must send us via email your mailing address. Send that to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com, and that way we know where to send your winnings. So, question number 2 tonight. And this is going to require another bit of looking up because nobody knows this answer by heart. All right, here we go. Name the most popular video by Big Bear Homestead.
We know this one.
Name the most popular video. So you have to have the name of the video in its entirety.
Probably the most popular at her house. Fried squash wrap. No.
They're getting close.
There it is.
Yeah, right there we go. Green Gables Homestead. Green Gables Homestead is the first person to get the entire title.
Getting started on homesteading.
Most popular.
Okay, Green Gables, please send us an email with your mailing address so we can get you out your winnings. Got it all marked down?
Yeah.
All righty. Okay, and thank you all for playing. We enjoy doing this every week.
And you can eat those quail eggs.
It was very funny. Mama Donna put up the Great Mouse Hunt. That was early in our YouTube career too. We just started the Insomnia Platoon, and it was a late night live stream where anybody could come in. We were there to support folks battling depression, PTSD, insomnia, and we were just letting people vent. People were actually getting healed. And we had what was called the Great Mouse Hunt because I was sitting on my couch doing the live stream through a laptop.
Hi, it's Sammy from
BBB
Homestead.
Went across.
One moment.
Mouse went across and got into a speaker, one of the big house speakers that we used to have, and we started taking it apart. And
while on the live stream, and we couldn't, and the mouse kept running up and down the speaker, and Blaze and I were I was trying to stab it with a K-bar. Blaze was trying to catch it with his hand, and finally, I said, "Go get the shop vac." And we started chasing around with the shop vac, and then we heard "shudunk," where the mouse went up through the tube and hit the wall of the shop vac. And then Blaze and I kind of looked at each other like, "Ooh, we got it!
We got it!" Everybody still talks about that.
That was bad. Anyway. And I was asleep in the next room. I had no idea it was going on, and the next day I still didn't know about the video because all of the insomnia videos were always deleted. That was part of it, and so there was no record of it happening.
And everybody was messaging me, Robin, how did you sleep through that?
Hold one moment, please.
Came home, what did you do?
Okay, Jason, we have a caller here.
A young caller too. A young caller. Go ahead. Hello.
Whoever's on the phone, say hello, please. Hello.
Oh.
Who's calling?
It's Sammy from Little Creek Homestead.
How are you?
From Little Creek Homestead?
You called last week, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. You're going to love this one, Jason. She's adorable. Go ahead. You can ask Jason and Robin any questions you want. They're all yours.
Do you guys like homesteading?
Oh, love homesteading. Absolutely love it.
Yep. I absolutely love homesteading. I think everybody should have to homestead.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very important that we learn where our food comes from, because eggs are not made in the back of Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very important for everybody, especially at your age, to go outside and just to feel the sunlight on your face.
And the dirt in your hands.
And the dirt in your hands.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, my question is, do you like homesteading?
Sammy,
I like to play in the dirt.
You like to play in the dirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So you like to have a
Now,
garden?
I can't hear Big Bear Homestead, but I can hear you two guys.
Okay, you're not.
Because turn the YouTube off.
Okay, you're not able to hear them answer your questions.
And that's what Country Girl said.
Yeah.
No, but I hear them on YouTube.
Okay. But you can't. Okay, now that's because Country Girl had the same problem.
Okay, but she said she can hear us on YouTube.
Right. Right.
Oh.
As long as she can hear you.
Yep.
Okay. So she likes to play in the dirt. What's your favorite thing to grow
And
in
yes,
the garden?
I do like homesteading. It's one of the things I absolutely love, and I love my chickens.
Loves her chickens.
What kind of chickens do you have?
Shit, away.
Yeah.
What kind of chickens do you have?
I have Barred Rock. I have White Lace Wyandotte, Rhode Island Red, the Polish. I have turkeys, guineas, and Buff Orpingtons. And I don't know what else I have.
How many eggs a day do you get?
And some Easter eggers.
And how many eggs a day do you get?
Well, I get about 3 because it's getting colder and they're not laying. Our one chicken named Nibbles, she is crazy because she always gets out of our fence and lays somewhere else.
Nice.
Well, I want you to promise me something. That if you ever have an issue with a predator, you call me and I'm going to hook you up, okay?
Did you hear Jason?
I'll send you a trap or something. That way you can take care of that predator.
Okay. Did you get all that?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's going.
Okay.
Like,
Look, it's
slow.
going slow. Yeah. Yeah. He said if you ever have a problem with a predator, that you get a hold of him and he'll make sure you get a trap or something that will take care of it. He's got you covered.
Today, my mom spotted fresh cow poop in our back pasture. It was fresh deer poop.
Okay.
And my uncle's like, oh, we needed a shotgun. And whatever comes on that property, making sure that we're because my BB gun is really powerful.
Whoa.
Have you ever eaten deer meat?
Have you ever eaten deer meat?
What?
Have you ever eaten deer meat?
Actually, I have. I like deer jerky, pig jerky.
Just remember, little boys can be predators too. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, Grizz, you got that on.
Are you do you go to public school or are you homeschooled?
If I remember correctly, she's just finishing up public school, and then she's going to be homeschooled.
Yes.
Yeah,
I quit doing school like a week ago, and
Okay.
I'm still off school right now. I'm homeschooling starting now.
Okay, that's
My
what-
mom
that's
still
what I
has to
thought.
do the paperwork signing me or whatever to make me become a homeschool kid.
That's what
I'm
I thought it
excited.
was. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought we talked about that last week.
Well, we homeschool all of our kids, and they absolutely loved it, and I think they're better off for it. So you listen to your mom and do your lessons, and you're going to be so far ahead of everybody else, and you are going to remember your childhood and being a homesteader. And if you are at the Homesteading of America's conference next year, try to get there. And I want a hug.
We're going next year, definitely. This year we couldn't because we didn't get enough money.
Sammy, are you able to hear them now? On your phone?
A little bit. It's going off and on, off and on.
Okay. I'm working on it here, so.
But you come see me next year. Okay? And I'll have
will.
something for you.
Sammy, whereabouts are you? Are you in the south? Are you up north? What state are you in?
I'm in Missouri,
In
southern Missouri.
Okay.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we were there in
I might
August.
Look, I might be coming to Doug and Stacy's conference next year.
Awesome.
So if I make it there, then you come see me there, and I have something for you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, one of our subscribers here, and I don't know if she's in the channel here, Duncan 1900. They are also in Missouri.
Yeah, she was in earlier. I don't know if she is.
They
now.
were at the conference this year, were they not?
She was.
Yeah, because
No, they both were. That's right.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were.
Paul and Brenda were there because we all shared the same house.
That's right. I was thinking, you know, it was. I think it was. Is it 1570s?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. Where only the wife was only there.
Right. And see, Smoking Reptiles Homestead said that's my neck of the woods. So.
Wow.
Yeah, got a lot of folks up that way.
Yeah. That's like Homesteading Central.
Yes, and then
like Central America, Central North America.
and then in March there's a gathering of homesteaders in Mississippi.
Yes. Down there in Deep South.
Yeah.
Deep South. Yep.
Jason, are you guys going to be able to go to the Deep South in March?
I don't know. March is really tough with us. I mean, my birthday's in March. Blaze's birthday's in March.
And Carol's is right at the end of February. So.
And then plus we are knee deep in March.
Because of Georgia weather.
We're planting.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of planting and everything.
We
else.
start.
Babies popping up everywhere.
It depends on
there might
how
just
late
be a
in
birthday
March.
Cheesecake.
But
a birthday cheesecake.
There might just be a birthday cheesecake.
A birthday cheesecake.
Oh, now they're talking your language.
Carol Ann's is when?
I wish I could have cheesecake.
You can't have cheesecake?
No, she said
No, I'm
she
lactose intolerant.
I thought, yeah, okay. What can you have instead of that? What do you have instead of milk then?
I have lactose intolerant milk.
Okay.
It's like milk, but it's from a Jersey cow.
Okay. Well, if I could figure out how to make cream cheese out of that, you could have cheesecake.
she has raw milk.
Sometimes I usually eat some of the food that I'm not supposed to. But it's okay. I have my dairy pills.
Oh, there you go. You can get it covered, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Just have to be careful.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Did you have any other questions for Jason or Robin?
Yes. How did you get started? Like, what's one reason why you got started doing homesteading?
That's a really good question.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Well, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I got married to a different woman. And we had a baby together. And she was born with a lot of birth defects. She had a hole in her heart. She had stuff wrong with her ears, her eyes, her tongue was tied, kidneys, a whole bunch of stuff. And the doctors kept telling me it was just one of those things that happened, that they couldn't explain it. And that was not an acceptable answer for me. I needed to know if it was something that Marine Corps did to me by with all the pills and stuff that we had to take, being overseas, all the shots we had to get, or if it was something else. And the more I started to do research and the more I started to dig, I started to learn that it was our food.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Teresa Dean, she's called a charge syndrome. And it was very rough on her mother and me, and it drove us to a point where we couldn't be married together anymore. And when I met my beautiful wife now, we talked before we were Ms. Robin and I were best friends before we got married. And we were friends for a year or two before we became boyfriend, girlfriend. And we talked about this. And that's when we decided, shortly after we got married, we decided we were going to start to grow and raise our own food, because if we were going to have any children, we didn't want that
to be a possibility.
Right. And so now
and all it took was a couple of quail, and then we were sold.
We started with quail,
mm-hmm.
and we built an incubator out of a freezer that somebody tossed out on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And we hatched out a bunch of quail that we got from a guy at our church, and then he gave us some chicken eggs to hatch out.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we hatched out the chicken eggs, and we raised up the chicken eggs. And I think what really set the hook for us is that day when we went out and we had that very first egg.
Yeah.
We had that very first egg. We were like, yes, we are homesteaders.
We have arrived. even though, mind you, we had 200 quail. That wasn't enough. We had to have an egg.
Yeah, the quail were being sustainable. They were filling our freezer, and we were selling enough
to cover the feed. Yeah.
And then we got rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got our first pig.
Yeah.
And then from the pigs, we bought a dairy cow because there was news of how much milk was going to rise. Because we had the big fail of the peanut harvest, and so when we seen that when we heard about that coming, we went ahead and stocked up on peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
And we started buying peanut seeds.
Yeah.
And then we heard about the thing coming with the dairy cows.
And I'll never forget that conversation, because it was right before tax season. And so Jason, always right around that time, we start talking about, is there any big ticket item that we need for our farm? And he said, I've been hearing a lot of chatter about the price of milk going up per gallon. And at that point in time, milk was like under $2 a gallon, consistently, like $1.50 a gallon. And he said, I'm hearing it's going to go up to more than gas. It's going to be $4 a gallon. And so we talked about it, and we're like, yeah, we're going to have to get a dairy cow. We didn't do any research.
Didn't do any research.
We didn't know anything about how much food they need or anything like that.
We just went and bought a dairy cow that had a calf, and she was in milk. And he brought them. I had a full big honking beard at the time, and so did he. And he used to use those cattle sticks to get her to move and do what he wanted her to do. But she come out of that trailer, and I looked a little bit like him, and she laid me on the other side of the barn.
She went right for him and tossed him. And she was big. She was a Holstein, purebred Holstein.
Yeah.
And she was over, I mean, her back hips were taller than me, and I'm 5'5", so she was at least 5'8" hip-wise. I mean, she was huge, massive cow. And we got way more milk than we needed. We had to learn what to do with milk and what to do with the cream and all these different things.
Well, the best thing is because she just absolutely, that cow hated my guts.
Just because of the way he looked. Once he shaved his beard off, she was fine with him. It was weird.
And Robin would have to go down there to milk the cow. And she had to started singing hymns. And the cow it was very funny because the cow would stand still as long as Robin was singing. Then the moment Robin would stop singing, she
kicked the bucket or she would move. Yeah. And then my hymns turned into something else entirely.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty.
But then we learned, and that was one of the things with YouTube, is when we got that cow, we didn't know how to milk. We didn't know anything about how to set her up to milk, what to feed her, any of that. And once we learned that, we did a video.
Yep.
It was one of our very first instructional videos.
I don't know if we got any more trivia.
Oh, well. But
you're good, Jason. Go ahead.
Okay, because that's our second most popular video.
But that was, the thing is that...
it used to be our most popular video.
Yeah.
And then Raising Quail come out of nowhere. And then they started going neck and neck. And then the popularity of quail went through the roof. And one of the things that people liked in that in the Raising Quail video was that I showed you how to sex the quail.
Yeah, identifying male and female. Yeah.
And so it was male, female, male, female.
That video was probably the first time that we were trolled. Because you can only imagine the kind of comments we got from a female milking a cow. So, anyway.
What's the one animal you want to have on your homestead?
Is she still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Sammy, that's what I was going to ask you. What animals you recommend me having first? I mean next.
Okay. So she already has chickens.
She's already got chickens. I would say quail.
I had a rabbit, but when I went to school, when I got home, my mom said that he died. He was in this really big cage, and a predator got him, and something really big got him because the cage was really heavy, and he just was everywhere.
Oh my! So are you going to get any other rabbits?
Yes, we're going to save up for more rabbits. His name is Nicodemus. He was about he was about 2 to 3 feet long or something like that, and he was still growing.
So we need to take up a collection to get her another rabbit.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Jason's over there melting.
Well, Sammy, you have your mommy email.
Let's light up that super chat so that way Two Family can get this little another rabbit.
You have your mommy email us. so we can get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm sorry, what? My dog was barking.
Have your mommy send us an email.
Okay.
Okay? And, of course, tell us who she is, and we'll see what we can do about finding you a rabbit. I know a fella in Southern Ohio that has some rabbits.
Yes, we do know. Well, Jason knows somebody in Southern Ohio that has some rabbits. Yep, we sure do.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'll call him. It's my turn to call him, so I'll call him.
And
he called me the other day. He called me the other day, and he's like, "I'm mad at you." I'm like, "What you mad at me for? You ain't even calling me." I said, "It's your turn, man."
Country girl, I still love you more. This is one of the reasons.
And he said, and he said, well, he goes, "It might have been my fault because my phone messed up. My phone messed up because I dropped it on a rock down by the river." I said, "Did you fall down the bank again?" He was like, "Shut up." So I will call him tomorrow.
Sammy, how far? Ask your mom how far you live from Sedalia, Missouri.
Mom, how far do we live from? What is it?
Sedalia, Missouri.
Sedalia, Missouri. She has no idea.
Okay. Well, when your mom sends us an email, I'll write her back and we'll find out because my friend Brenda, who is in here, that's where she lives. We're gonna get something going for you here, young lady.
To Willow Springs and West Plains.
You're in
We're
Willow.
between it.
Okay.
Tammy, how many rabbits are you going to be allowed to have?
To be honest, right now I haven't told my mom because she's laying on my bed, not my bed, but her bed, and I'm on the computer and on the phone.
I love her even more now.
I knew it.
Mom, they want you to email them. Okay?
Right. Yep.
My mom said, or she'll message you on Facebook.
Oh, that's fine. That'll work. Now, do you have a rabbit hutch also? Or do you need a rabbit hutch?
We would need a rabbit hutch because ours, it's not a hutch, it's just metal bars that it's not very big.
Oh Lord, folks.
It has our guineas in it now.
Okay, so we're going to need a rabbit hutch and some rabbits to put in it, right?
BC truck.
Yeah. Brad, we're not talking drum sets and trumpets.
Oh, and Big Bear Homestead, your wife is beautiful.
There you go, Jason. You just adopted yourself an aunt and an uncle.
Oh my gosh, did you hear her? She's so sweet.
Thank you. And you got some traps coming your way too to help you with this predator problem that got your rabbits last time.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we can still set it up. I'll have to ask my mom. Do we still own that other property? Okay. I don't know if we'll be able to catch it because we're still making payments on our old property because we're still moving our stuff to our new house here, and we're gonna keep doing it until we think that there's enough.
Okay.
Okay.
We got you covered.
Yeah,
we got you covered in rabbits, and we got you covered in traps and a hutch.
You have your mom send us an email so we can get in some direct contact with her, and we'll see what we can do here to.
We have some great people in this channel tonight.
Yes, we do.
Going above and beyond to help you out, sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
Well, you are so welcome.
Right now I'm bawling out my eyes.
Oh, you're allowed to have those little raindrops in your eyes. You're just a sweetheart. I think we all just adopted you.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Daryl and I already have 10 grandchildren, so one more is no big deal. We'll take you in. We'll take you in.
Her customer was like, I need to know what she needs. There you go.
I wear aprons in the house.
Nice to see her too.
Yeah.
Will you guys at the Big Bear Homestead be at the next YouTubers conference?
We'll be at the
You mean the
Homesteaders of America conference next year. Yes, we will be.
Oh yes, we sure will be.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll also. Daryl and I will be at the one in Missouri also in August.
And in March we'll be in Mississippi.
I'm not sure what other ones. Jason, are there any other ones going on that we don't know about?
In May we'll probably be in Baker Creek.
We are thinking about starting to host some classes here on our homestead, some more trapping classes.
So we'll probably be doing something. I'm trying to get Josh to come down here and do a blacksmithing class the same time I'm doing a trapping class. And because there was a lot of interest in the classes, his class and my class. I don't know if the people just didn't know about the information or if they found out about the whole thing too late. But we had a lot of people wish that they would have been able to be in my trapping class and Josh's class, so we're going to try to put some on down here.
I was watching Josh when he was getting all of his stuff started Thursday morning, and Daryl was up there helping him out. So it was interesting watching him do all that stuff, and then watching. Well, I saw you last year do your stuff too. So
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go so that
Okay,
other
Sammy.
people can have a chance.
Okay, Sammy, and you have your mom send us an email.
Email, or she can catch me on Facebook.
Good night, Sammy.
Okay, I'll let her do that after the live.
Okay, you take care, sweetheart.
Yes. Bye-bye now.
You as well. Bye. Have a nice day.
You too. Now you tell me if that's not one of those phone calls you just melt.
Yeah, I was ready to give her my farm.
Look, anybody that tells me I'm beautiful, they're way up on my list.
Yeah, and to everyone in the chat, thank you so much for.
Thank you so much for all the super chats.
Thank you guys for stepping up.
They will be going.
Let's get some rabbits. We'll send her some traps and a Big Bear t-shirt.
And they will be going to either. We'll figure out how to get a hutch to her. Brenda Duncan 1900 is in Missouri. We'll maybe they're not that far. We can figure out how to get a hutch to her.
There's quite a few people
that maybe smoking reptile. Maybe if we can just send the money to get the lumber, maybe there could be a team that can go over there and build it for us.
That'd be something.
Exactly. Yeah, and Jay Null, he's our rabbit man. So
yeah.
Oh, Little Creek.
Oh, now I'm crying happy tears.
She just got adopted by a whole community.
People.
A whole community here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I can't wait to see her next year. Now I'm like super excited.
Little Creek, you need to come to our live show this Saturday too.
Yeah, she took my heart last Monday when she called in. So yeah, as soon as she started talking, I knew who was on the phone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Such a polite young lady.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I asked if she was public school or homeschool. I just knew she was homeschool.
Yeah, she's just getting into homeschooling. I remember we talked about that last week. Yeah, awesome. That was so cool. Thank you so much,
and to those of you in the chat,
Suburban Road, she's mine. Back off.
She's mine. Back off.
Yeah.
Okay, now we need like a dude to call and ask like super manly questions.
I know, right?
So that way I can stop getting choked up.
Come on, Grizz, call.
like Logox wouldn't want to sponsor me because I'm always real close to cutting my own leg off when I'm out there chopping wood.
Teresa wants to be adopted.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of trouble.
Teresa. Man.
There are, and I want to throw this out here for a second while we're waiting on the next caller. There are some people in the homesteading community right now that need prayer. Some are sick. Some are going through legal issues. Some of their family is going through some time. So if we could, God knows who they are. So if we could just throw them up in prayer.
That's true. That's true.
Hello.
Thank you, Jason.
Hello. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Teresa?
This is Teresa.
Well,
How
hello.
are you, Teresa?
So, Jason.
What?
So, honey. A whole lot of handful, huh?
Huh? What's,
Teresa, do you
Okay, this is my question. A year ago, you wanted to be a princess. What princess did you want to be?
Oh my God, so everybody saw that video?
I see that head go down. I'm a loving this.
Sure did, didn't it? You got him there, Teresa.
It sure did. And no, I ain't drinking no mink monk or whatever it is y'all call it,
when
man.
you're a tough guy and you have daughters.
Yep.
Oh.
He wanted to be Mulan. Because she's a warrior.
Because she knew Kung Fu.
I love you. That's it. That was the question. He answered it correct. You get a booby prize.
You need to hurry up and come on down.
I know, right?
Oh, this
When
is
is Big Bear Live's? When is Big Bear Live show? We are
I
live
plan on coming down. Don't worry, I plan on coming down.
on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Robin does an essential oils class on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. And Olin, there is never a dull moment on their live streams.
Especially when she pulls out patchouli.
I'm listening to his oil classes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all go. Blessings and I love you. Bye.
Thank you, Teresa.
Bye.
And that's what I forgot. That's what I forgot to buy from you Saturday afternoon was one of those the oil thingies, holders thingies.
I've got one.
Because you had that
Why do I
purple.
have
You had that
feeling
purple
she
floral
just opened
one.
up?
So I will get with you this week yet.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay. If folks want to know, Robin, you crocheted all that stuff, right? The bags and your scrubbies and all that.
Oh yeah, everything that was at that table except for that essential oil carrier was all crocheted work that I did.
If you folks need like a bag to go to the market with, she crocheted. I have 2 of them. No, you can't have them. I have them. But she also has little scrubbies that you could use in the sink in the kitchen, in the when you're in the shower, in the bathtub. Clean, if your husband wants to clean his rims with them,
I'm telling you what, that was probably the funniest story I ever got. This lady, she ordered 4 of them because she has a cabin and her house. So she's like, I want 2 for my house and 2 to take to the cabin. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I sent her 4. And like that following weekend, she says, the only message I get is, I'm going to kill him. And I was like, what is wrong? And she said, my husband took your scrubbies and cleaned his rims on his car. And I was like, well, did it work? And she said, that's the way I found out, because he came back and said, these are the best things ever. You need to get more of them. And she was so mad because she only had 2 now. So I had to send her more. But Peaceful Inspirations wants to know, have you made ginger oil for inflammation? I don't make oils. But I do use like bath salts and soaps for different things. We have used ginger before for inflammation. We also use geranium. But ginger oil, the thing with ginger is I love to eat sushi, and I eat it all the time with ginger. And so when I first started using ginger oil, I didn't think about it. And I was like, wow, I really would like some sushi right now. And I didn't realize why. And then it occurred to me finally that it was because I kept smelling the ginger, that's why I like it. But it works. Ginger does work really well for inflammation.
And her soaps are awesome because I have gotten some in the past. So, yes, just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I do have some pretty cool soaps.
Yes,
I'm getting those up on the website. They'll be up probably this week.
Good.
So.
I know somebody makes soap molds.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah, I heard about that rumor.
Yeah, I heard a nasty rumor about that too. I ain't ever seen one though.
You know, I don't think you do those. Well, yeah, she does. She does those the square kind. I bet.
Yeah, those bars.
Yeah.
Where?
Because you slice those.
We didn't
Speaking
bring
of,
out our board.
I was just gonna ask you about that. Didn't you?
It's still in the house.
It's still in the box?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still boxed up. Did you see how we put it out on our table, though?
No.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Look very nice. Thank you.
Country Girl, thank you for moderating.
It's very nice.
Yeah, that's now part of our conference setup.
Yeah. Bacon soap. Country Girl's like bacon soap. I did make a soap that was made with bacon grease, and so that one's a really interesting soap. It's got coffee and.
It's not an interesting soap.
Yeah, it is.
It's interesting to watch what Apollo does. Whoever bathes with it.
Yeah, he smells the bacon, I guess.
So do we have another caller on the line? Because I knew somebody else was trying to call in.
No.
I don't think so. Not yet.
Not right now.
Well, if you want to do one more trivia, let's go ahead and do it, and we'll throw in the pot a Big Bear baseball cap.
Well,
Duncan 1900.
I haven't prepared one.
Well,
I'll tell you.
Which oil did I use in the coffee ground soap?
There you go.
That one has wild orange in it.
Okay, you two think of a trivia and just blurt it out there. Since we don't have a third one, you two do that.
But I'll go ahead and bring this screen up so we can watch the
thing.
Well, I'll if you don't make it too long, I'll try to type it in here real quick.
Here comes the Jeopardy tune, so they can think of a.
Okay.
What was my first predator? What was the first predator video?
Okay.
What was my first predator video? The first predator I did a video on. Oh, birch beer.
Okay, what is the first predator video? Probably didn't spell that right, but I didn't.
That was it. Right there.
Gotta come up.
What is the first predator video?
And this thing is going fast.
How is it? Is it catching up?
That might be.
It is catching up.
Because you've already got the answer up there.
Yeah.
Did somebody already answer it correctly?
Well, we seen it, but there was like two people that did it back to back.
So we want to see where it comes
up on there.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Should be right.
Should be catching up.
Yeah, right there.
Harry.
Terry.
Okay.
Harry was the first one.
Yeah. She wasn't the first one, but she wasn't the first predator you did, but Possum was the first one.
Possum was the first predator.
Terry Trotto, is that who it was?
Yeah, and we can hand deliver her hat.
Yeah, really, exactly.
Yeah.
She lives really close. Matter of fact, Terry and Old Ways, New Times are the only two members that we have right now in the Big Bear's Friends private group.
Yeah.
It costs like, well, there's different tiers, but basically it costs $5 to join, and you get recipes, predator control tips, gardening tips, animal husbandry tips, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that on, I think it might have been on your Facebook page. I was reading that just the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that Terry does is you actually get a soap of the month, because I make a different soap each month. And I send her a different soap each, so she gets to try all the new stuff that I'm trying out.
Call her.
No, Teresa, they didn't say how.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please? Hello.
Hi.
Hi. This is Daryl.
Hi, Daryl. This is Claire. How are you?
Hi, Claire.
How are you, stranger?
I'm doing pretty well. I hope y'all know how much I love you, because I just got out the bath to be able to call in, because I never, ever, ever catch you live. And there's nothing I love in this entire world more than a warm bath. And it's 42 degrees here, and I needed it.
It's not that much warmer. I don't even know if it's that here. So you made it home in one piece, huh?
We made it home in at least 2 or 3 pieces. One would be hoping too much.
Oh, geez, especially after you stopped in there on Cleveland Street for dinner. Good Lord, woman.
That was the highlight of my trip. I tell you what, I went in there. I might have been the only white woman in that restaurant, but I tell you what, I was not the only woman in a skirt and a headdress, and I was among friends.
Oh, well, not in that section of town. No, you would not have been. There would have been most of them would have had the headdress on their heads, yeah.
There's not a whole lot of places in Columbus that you can get really good goat.
Yeah.
And that was some of the best goat I've ever had in my life.
Can't say I've ever had goat. I think I was married.
Well, the next time you think you might want to try it, just head on down. It's near the intersection of Cleveland and Linden, and just make sure you lock your car. It helps if you have spinners and tinted windows and that kind of thing, so you fit in.
Makes me just want to go down there with
and go get you some goat. It's some good stuff.
That's so funny.
Yeah, she messaged me last night on the way home. She goes, yeah, we stopped in Columbus for dinner, and she gave me the streets, and I go, oh my gosh, you did what?
It's not a good time.
I want you to know that was on the top 4 most recommended restaurants in Columbus, and Guy Fieri had been there. And if he's not afraid to go there with all that camera equipment, I'm not afraid to go with my pockets empty after the conference.
Yeah, now that would be true. You would have empty pockets after that. I do agree. I emptied mine out at Big Bear Homestead booth before we left.
That's what we like to hear.
I know.
Well, look, 1870 said she's using her scrubby already, and she loves it. So that's always nice to hear.
Yeah, mine's still in the truck.
I just unpacked mine. I haven't used it yet, but Ladessa sold us on a dish scrubby and a soap sack. and I'm up to my eyeballs in soap, so I was glad to have it.
Yeah, I got one of the little soap sacks also, and I got 2 scrubbies and 2 farm market bags.
Yeah.
And
See, y'all don't know, but
when
Odessa's our secret weapon.
I knew when to walk away. Well, she wasn't even there. It was just me and Robin.
Well, one thing that I noticed with people is that the more you talk to people, and this is one of the things that I, while we were visiting with people, is that you find out that everybody's the same. We all have a lot of the same needs, and so I make soap that fits our family's needs, and then I find out that every family has these same needs. So when you get to talking with people and you share with them about how you're making stuff, they're like, oh, I have that same problem, or oh, I have that same, and then you end up selling soap, and you really weren't trying to sell soap, you were just trying to make conversation with people. So that was an interesting thing, getting to visit with people and share the stuff that we do.
And I still need to get a soap from you for my granddaughter too when you make them.
Yeah, that particular recipe I ran out of because it's so popular. Mm-hmm. It's called For Zits and Giggles, and it has been a lifesaver at our house.
Yeah, she did say For Zits and Giggles.
For Zits and Giggles.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
For Zits and Giggles.
So,
and it is really good with skin issues and also with that teenage attitude that, a lot of us deal with our teenage kids.
That's what we're talking about because of Celia's 13-year-old I'm a teenager attitude.
Yeah.
So, y'all, I wanted to tell you about how the conference ended up being unexpectedly good for my relationship. We went through some things, and just getting there and driving all night after work and being there for just an afternoon and then driving the whole day back. That was way too much time together, just to be totally honest. But Matthew is not of the homesteading persuasion. Mm-hmm. Not typically. But if you've got a computer that needs worked on, he's your man.
Right.
But
a younger version of Daryl.
Yes. He had such a good time, and I really was afraid that he wouldn't. But y'all, we have the best community that is so welcoming and so loving that he didn't have a hard time at all. And I was a weenie head, and I backed out of the meat rabbit demonstration. I sat through part of it, and I was like, I can't watch them kill this rabbit. I can't do it. I'm fine once the animal is dead. If you want me to skin it, I'm good. Practicing tanning the hide. I can do whatever with the meat, but don't make me watch it die. And I'm a weenie head in that way, and it's something I got to work on. And I asked him, I was like, are you going to be okay to watch this? And he was like, yeah, why wouldn't I be? And I was like, well, because I'm about to leave. And he watched it anyway. And I was like, well, will you tell me what happens when I get, when you find me again? And he did. And he watched it, and he found it informative, and he was empowered by it. And I have been so blessed by being able to go and have people share their knowledge. And he loved sitting in on the Q&A panel, and I'm really glad that this has given us the opportunity to talk about what I'm wanting to do with my life and have him be able to vocalize what part he is okay with participating in. It's so important, and I'm so grateful, and we're already talking about next year.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. Well,
I hope you liked my answers.
What'd you say?
I said I hope you liked my answers in the Q&A panel.
Oh, yeah. He was into all of it. he was just enraptured by the wealth of information that was available right there. And, you know, I make him watch what I can make him watch, but there's only so much I can make him watch, you know. And so having him be there, and I got overwhelmed with the crowd, as I do, but he sat there and watched it all. And, you know, we're able to talk now about what type of land we want, where we want to be, and what we want to be able to do, and where we're wanting to move and raise a family, and how we're wanting to raise a family, that kind of thing. That conversation is so important, and I'm so grateful for all of it. I'm just tickled. I can't. My heart is so full.
Joyce wants phone number. Oh, okay.
So, anyway, I think I'm going to hop off because I think I'm about to have to go to bed. I've got to get up here in about...
I wouldn't hop. I would just hit the little button on the phone.
Do what?
Especially if you're still wet from getting out of the tub, you may slip and break a hip or something.
He's taking you literally. He said he hopes you don't hop.
I want you to know, Jason Rear, that I fell and broke 2 ribs one time getting out of the tub because there was a spider in there and he was not invited. And I sure did fall and break 2 ribs getting out of the tub.
No.
I'm not graceful.
Oh, my.
Look, spider would have had the house.
Wow.
I try to tell everybody, look, don't mess with me. I do know Kung Fu, and nobody believes until I run into a spider web.
Yep.
And then you see that I'm a Kung Fu master.
It scared me so bad. I ran, and there wasn't even linoleum or anything. I ran across the carpet and was still wet when I hit the linoleum. I didn't even take a step. It was just an instant fall. I broke 2 ribs right there.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Yep, I'm special.
No, you said it.
Yes, you are.
We love you, Claire.
Well, y'all have a good night. I'm going to get off of here. I've got to get ready and go to bed. We got to get up early in the morning. And I haven't had a full night's sleep, and I don't know when. But thank you so much for chatting with me and being on here and letting me catch you live.
I'm glad you called in.
Yes. Thank you for
You
calling.
didn't catch me. I can still move.
And it was nice meeting up with you this weekend.
Yes, I was glad to catch you.
Yes.
Y'all have a good night, okay?
You too.
Good
night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Grizz, your turn. And that wasn't him that was calling. Just now. No, he said it wasn't him.
While we're waiting for him to call, there was somebody who asked what I sell. We sell doTERRA oils. So if you get on the doTERRA website and look at what all is there, that's what I sell, and you can just get in contact with me, and I can help you out. There he is.
Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
This is Kathy.
I'm sorry, I could not hear you.
This is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. How are you this evening?
I'm good tonight.
So I believe that Big Bear Robin can hear you. Jason Robin, I believe, can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to tell Jason and his lovely wife, thank you for all the information that y'all had given to us. And we really enjoyed meeting y'all, and y'all are just as nice in person as you are on YouTube.
Oh, well, thank you.
That they are. I will agree with that.
I got a question, though. How come it's always like, I want to say, and everybody seems like they're sad when they say Jason, and then everybody perks up like 4 octaves, and they're like, and his lovely wife. Like, we'd rather just talk to Robin, but you're kind of
Jason,
there. So Jason,
Jason, just deal with it.
I'm just saying.
Jason, it's because I'm old and senile and I couldn't remember her name off my head.
Oh, Kathy, don't do that.
And she's pretty and nice.
And we don't know who you are with that hat on your head.
There it is.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I can't hear everything because my thing's not playing at the same time or something. I don't know what's going on. But I just wanted to say thanks, you guys. You made us have a great time there. I love you.
Good. We're glad to hear that.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you for letting us come into your office or your
Home,
living room
your car.
in your home and bump our gums.
That's it. That's about it.
Our whole reason why we started YouTube was just for that. It wasn't to get famous. It wasn't to
Be monetized
or anything. We didn't even know about monetization for the most part.
No.
It was literally we wanted to reaching through teaching.
Uh-huh.
And because we got frustrated and we lost animals, we lost a lot of money because the information just wasn't out there, and we were like, we can't let this happen to somebody else.
I mean, sometimes these mistakes that we made cost us hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Damage, dead animals. I mean, you name it, we've been through it.
Busted fences.
Yeah, busted fences, replacing neighbors' gardens. I mean, we've been through a lot of different stuff, and that's where a lot of our motivation for a lot of our videos comes through, is because we know people who, might tend to try and do stuff the same way we did, and we want to kind of save them from having the same mistakes that we did.
Like the motivation behind the pig pen videos.
Yeah.
Was because our first set of, we didn't know anything, and in our first set of breeding pigs,
someone took advantage
of us, and they sold us razorbacks. They sold us wild hogs.
They caught up some hogs and sold them to us, and we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And they got out. All the time.
Because wild hogs, they'll climb. They'll root until they can get out.
Yeah, up underneath it.
And so that's how our pig pen design came to life, with the concrete blocks, the pallets, the tires, all of that. That's how it came to life, is because we were tired of paying for other people's flower beds.
We had a neighbor next door who had an apple tree, and all the apples that would fall to the ground, they would take care of that. So he loved them there. And then the problem was, once they ate up all the apples, they would go to his garden and start rooting up his garden. So it was like, we had one time they tore up a neighbor's bulb, all her bulbs in her garden. I mean, so we've been there, done that.
And we always live by what it says in the Bible, that we would fix what was damaged and then give
a little extra.
Like 20%.
Right.
And that's what we would do. So we would, if they tore up the guy's corn, we would go buy a pound or a 5-pound bag of corn seed, and then we would also give him
some pork or something else,
or some honey,
right,
or something like that. And I started getting expensive. What did y'all do to get rid of the Razorbacks? We ate them.
No.
Yes, we did.
No, we sold them.
No, we ate most of them.
We ate some of them, but we got rid of. We had the last little bit we had to sell. We sold them, but we made it very clear.
Yeah, we didn't.
What they were. Yeah, we made it very clear what they were.
These boys, I don't know where they came from. The one guy.
They needed a translator.
Mumbled and had such a bad accent that he had to come with a translator. He literally would talk like this. And I would be looking at him, and his grandson or something, he would say, he asked what you want for all of them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Lord, baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get off here and let y'all talk to somebody else, but I just want to say thank you. I didn't get to take a picture with y'all because you were in the Q&A when I came over to get one. So
Well,
y'all
Kathy,
have a great night.
So
you need to
you
make sure
didn't
you
get a
one next
picture?
year. You have to make sure you
No,
get
I
one
didn't
next
get a
year.
picture with y'all.
Oh, man, that's...
You know me by Living Miracle Homestead.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right.
we didn't get a picture either.
So,
Picture with y'all.
all right, well.
No, with two family.
With two family. I thought we got a picture with two family.
Well, with us doing volunteering, we didn't get around. Daryl got a few, but
Really?
well, yeah, I did on Thursday. Yeah, I got a lot of mine on Thursday. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
My phone
thank you
died
so
on
much for
Thursday.
calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
Anyways,
much for calling.
I'm going to let y'all go to somebody else. Thanks, Daryl.
Thanks,
Bye.
Kathy.
Bye-bye.
Good night. See.
Okay, and whoever was trying to call, the phone line is now open.
So while we're waiting on the next caller, boy, I want to give a shout out to all of the volunteers that worked the Homesteaders of America conference.
Yeah, that was really
This is
cool.
Daryl.
You
Who's calling,
guys
please?
worked hard. Nunda, Tangi, Jack,
One
Josh, Mark, y'all, Tangi's kids, my daughter Carol, and some
Windswept.
Windswept,
Family was there, yeah.
White House on the Hill.
Me again.
All working
Carol
hard.
Ann was a joy to work with.
I think it's Sammy
It
again.
is. It is. Go ahead, honey.
Go ahead.
Okay, my mom has a question for Big Family Homestead. She wants to know, well, it's Big Bear, sorry. She wants to know who does she message? Like email?
For the rabbits.
Yeah.
We'll get all of that and
We'll get together with Big Bear.
Yeah, we'll get together with Big Bear and we'll go get all that situated.
Right,
honey.
but her mom is wanting to know who does she need to get in contact with. It would be y'all, right?
Yeah, just have her message us.
But if your mom just wants to talk to us because we don't have many friends, she can talk to us and just look up Big Bear Homestead on Facebook or Instagram or
Absolutely.
Twitter. Please go to Twitter. Twitter is lacking.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to her.
Jason, my mom
Yes.
says be careful what you ask for. You just might get it.
Okay.
She's our kind of people.
Yeah. Come on in.
If you were here right now, I would have my arm around you.
Oh, yeah.
You can message me anytime, sweetheart.
Okay. Thank you for doing so much for me. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're a sweetheart, honey. It's easy to do.
I'm going to eat her up when I see you.
Yeah, next year. Can't wait.
Yours, that's because we're on the phone right now. So, Jamie, thank you so much for calling. And just have your mom get a hold of us, and we will get her in contact with Big Bear and anybody else that we need to here.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Night, sweetheart.
Good night.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
You're very welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Grizz, hurry.
Yep, she's adopted. That's all there is to it.
Done.
She's one of us now.
She's like the mascot now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tell me by
Part
hook or
of
by
the
crook. By hook or by crook, we won't get her. We won't get them to the conference next year.
Oh, she's gonna get to the conference
Yeah.
next year.
I'm already. I gotta
make up a story. I gotta make up a story to Amy and tell her like my great grandmom's coming, third time renewed, but she can't afford the ticket. Can I please get a ticket?
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Yeah, I finally made it.
Finally got through.
There he is. There he is.
What's up, Chris?
Now, I am getting a bunch of feedback, and I have my computer off, but I can still make out what's being said. I have 2 questions for Jason, and the first one is involving my garden. Okay, now I have a garden out there that I planted for the deer. I planted corn, I planted string beans and hot peppers and all sorts of stuff. What kind of a fence do you put on up to keep the 2-legged vegetarians in so I can harvest my venison?
Oh.
I think that's a joke.
Grizz, you got him working on it here.
Yeah. I want to know about that Harbor Freight sawmill.
Okay, now while you're working on that, well, my second question is, what is your favorite Chinese chicken dinner?
Chinese chicken dinner.
Oh boy. There are days I miss you on my channel, Grizz. I was watching one of your videos the other day about the Harbor Freight sawmill. Do you still have that thing?
Oh yeah. I'm fixing to fire it up again and start running it here real soon, as long as we don't get horrible weather. It's gonna. I ran it some this summer, but things been pretty hectic here.
Now, how long have you had that?
A year and a half now. And I love it. You know, now there was some hard learning curves for me. But for the price, it's great. People say that they put a bigger motor on it. The biggest thing is take care of the blade. Learn how to take care of the blade on that thing, and it'll treat you good.
Okay. Because we've been looking at getting a sawmill. We want to get a sawmill, and
trying to figure out
which one's the best one for the money. I mean, I don't need to spend a big chunk of money for a big commercial grade sawmill. I'm not going to be building a house or anything with it. And that was one of the options. I started looking at it, and yours was one of the first videos that came up, and I'm like, hey, I know that guy. I was tempted to see for you to run a
that sawmill it was new. I don't know what it is now. When I got it new, it was $2,500, and I got it on sale. And they have it discounted quite often by $500. So just wait for the discount. I got it with the with the intentions of building my own tracks, because the biggest complaint on those things is the tracks are pieced together. So I bought myself my own angle iron, and I made my own tracks for it. I did not use the tracks that came with it. And that's a huge factor too.
Okay. Cool. That's some information to know.
Yeah.
Oh, and the tracks are easy to make.
Yeah.
If you don't have the capabilities of welding it together, you can go to a metal supply shop. You can have them cut everything that you want, which is not very many pieces, and drill it and bolt it together. That's all you need to do. You don't need to weld it together like I did if you don't have the welders.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So anyway, I'll get back and let somebody else call in, or I do better in chat than on the phone.
All right, man. We'll holler at you later.
Okay, we'll catch y'all later.
Night,
Yep.
Grizz.
Start
Night,
calling
Grizz.
our show, dadgummit.
Night, Grizz. Thanks for calling. Okay. Well, it's been quite the evening, so I think we've dropped some off in attendance here, and I think we probably just ought to say, good night, Gracie? Is that what you used to say?
That was your time, honey. That was before all of us.
That was before everybody else?
Yeah.
So, I got a question. When is Two Family Homestead coming down here?
Amen.
You don't have a tractor to fix anymore, do you?
Yeah, I do. I still got the tractor.
Yep.
You have to talk to him. He drives the truck. I just sit on the other side. He's the chauffeur.
Y'all quiet.
I just do what I'm told.
Come on down, we'll feed you some beaver.
God, I don't know if we can make it down there then.
That's the whole reason why living on a dime won't come. Mike wants to eat the beaver, but
she's scared. She's like, I won't be able to eat.
Oh Lord.
Because I think her and Robin would get along great, being there just making all kinds of soap, and then dinner would come. She'd be like, Mike, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would be awesome to watch the two of them doing that. That would be so cool.
But for real, like, I wear aprons. This beaver is very, very good, and it's so good for you. If you like beef, you would like beaver.
Yep.
It tastes just like it. Matter of fact, that is how we figured out eating it, because we were using it for coyote bait.
Yep.
And we're grinding it up.
And this was a time when we were puffed.
Yep. And I said, you know what, Jason, this meat looks just like ground beef. I wonder if we could eat it. And so we started researching it.
Well, you went right into the house.
Yeah.
And you come on there,
Little
Sammy.
freak. Yeah, come on down, Sammy. But yeah, it's actually healthier for you than grass-fed beef.
It's higher in vitamin D, B, E, A, a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And
just not otter, right?
No, I wouldn't eat otter.
No. See,
I don't even want to smell an otter cooking.
Beaver.
It's like camel. Ugh.
Beaver are herbivores, so you don't have to worry about some of the stuff that you have to worry about with some of the scavengers and the omnivores. They're strictly, an herbivore, so it makes for much cleaner meat, cleaner eating, kind of like how a cow is an herbivore. So, they kind of have the same kind of diet. So, the texture is about the same. The only thing that's different with beaver is you have to add fat, because when you dress out a beaver, the way that they're able to stay warm is they've got their hide, and then they have a thick layer of fat, and then they have the meat. And there's almost no fat in the actual meat.
Which
part.
you can make tallow out of their fat.
Yeah, you can make tallow from their fat. So.
Well,
but it's very good.
I want to thank everybody in the chat that made it this evening, spent some time with us. We appreciate all of you. I know that Robin and Jason feel the same way.
We had a great time.
We had an absolutely wonderful time tonight. And
Thank you for stepping up and spur of the moment like you did.
And we are we have
anytime you need somebody. Look, we love coming on y'all's show, so anytime somebody has to cancel on y'all,
give us a call.
Well, let us be your first call, because unless something major's happened, the answer is always going to be yes.
Cool.
So
thank you. Awesome.
And we've got a young girl that we're gonna try to make her day.
Yeah. There you go.
That she broke a few hearts today.
She sure did.
So.
Sure did.
Folks, wherever you're at, wherever you're from, take care. Go grow something. What else?
Sammy, we were going to get you all covered on your rabbit hutch, your rabbits, your t-shirts and hats and whatever you need. Between and Jim Beer was here tonight. Jim, I didn't see any countdowns in the trivia.
Yep. And come on over, sub our channel, and come into our live stream on Saturday night.
Yep.
And we'll treat you so many different ways. You're gonna like one of them.
That's right. That's right. So everyone.
I heard that somewhere before.
Yeah.
Must have been about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks everybody for being here. Have a wonderful evening. Take care.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, folks.